Hello and welcome to another Interstellar Modeler. Continuing on now with the USS Enterprise Space Seed Edition, I'm going to move on here to the Botany Bay. So here you see the Botany Bay all completed, and I decided to paint it a bluish gray color. This will differentiate it from the light gray that I use for the Enterprise. And so I thought it turned out pretty nice. The kit is rather small. Again, it is a 1/1000 scale ship. So it's pretty small, pretty easy to put together. Most of your work, as with the rest of this model, is basically spent on hiding the seams. So looking pretty good. What I'm going to do now here is to move on to weathering the ship. So the challenge here is going to be the size, because there's really not a lot of surface area to work with. But I'm going to use some pastels, which I've already have ground up here, to kind of give it a nice beaten weathered look. While looking on the internet, just trying to find something to inspire me here. This is what I came across. This gentleman, believe it or not, built this from scratch. And as you can see here, he detailed this kit quite nicely. Of course, this is a 1/350 scale ship, so it's a bit larger. But you can see what he did here is he made the surface look nice and weathered. I'm going to try and duplicate this look here by using pastels and masking tape. And what I hope to do is to kind of give this similar look here where you see these different hull plates in sections here. So I'm going to use a combination of blacks and some browns here to try to give it a worn, weathered look. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll keep you apprised of my progress here. Okay, the way I'm going to try this here is I'm going to apply masking tape in different sections here, and just apply the pastels along the edge of the tape here, just to darken the edges and give us some lines here to work with. Alright, so here's the first section, not looking too bad. Again, what I'm looking for is to create these panels on the surface. So I'm going to keep moving along here and see how this goes. Okay, so this is how it's looking so far. Besides the paneling, I decided to just start applying pastels along the hull. And I'm using both black and brown. I was originally going to do this with all black pastels, but I really like the way that person did his model by using both blacks and browns. So I think it's looking pretty good. Now, one of the things that I think makes pastels very effective is when you are applying pastels along these corners. I think one of the things that pastels can give you is to add more depth and more character to the model. So you can especially achieve this effect by applying pastels along the corners here, because it really enhances the shadows. Okay, so I've applied pastels along here and along here. So, oh, and this is a good example here as well. Okay, so I'm going to continue to apply more pastels as we go along here. I'll keep you apprised of the progress. So we'll just keep moving along. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a panel here on this side. And so I've already sectioned this area off here. So I'm going to take a little pastel. And we're going to make it come from, say, the top here. So I'm just going to apply some pastels along the top, darkening that up, and along this corner. Alright. Okay, and once that's done, I'm just going to peel away the tape. Okay, and there's one panel right there. Okay, so instead of using any tape here, what I'm going to do is apply some brown up here. And I've just put a little bit of pastel along the top, making it kind of drip down. Kind of darkening that corner like so. Okay, and this is the other side of the hull here. Worked on creating more panels here along the cargo section. Now I'm going to apply some pastels on the inside here. And again, you just do this little by little. You don't have to put a ton on there. And the trick is to kind of brush away from the darkest point. Like so. Okay, and as you can see, it's really creating some nice shadows here along the section here. And let's apply some along this inner margin, or this inner edge right here. Okay, so again, the trick is you put a little pastel there in the corner and you just brush away from the place where you first applied it. Alright, so here you have the Botany Bay. So you can see the pastels did a pretty effective job here at adding more character to this model. Looks pretty beaten up here now, and you can see how effective the pastels are by having added them here to the corners, kind of highlighting those shadows there and here, and anywhere I saw a corner I added the dark pastels. I really like the way the brown color added some variation here, and so I think it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is spray it down with a dull coat so that the pastels can stay in place, and then I will show you both models together. Okay, so here they are, the Enterprise and the Botany Bay. Looking at these two kits, it reminds me of that famous scene where the Enterprise pulls right next to the Botany Bay, getting ready to take it in tow. The Enterprise itself here, very good, accurate kit. Prior to the 1/350 scale, it was the most accurate kit we can get a hold of. Putting this together again, I've built this kit several times. It really makes me remember how great this kit is, and if you're looking for a nice miniature of the Enterprise to put on your desk, this is the one to get. It's small enough to place on your desk or on a bookshelf. The kit itself is under $30, so pretty affordable. Again, one effect I wanted to point out here that I've added to this kit that differs from what I've done in the past are these frosted domes here of the Basad collectors with those red domes underneath. I think it really makes a nice effect here, really a nice touch to the kit itself. So overall, very pleased with that one. Here's the Botany Bay again. Very, very nice representation of this ship too. I think the pastels again did a really pretty decent job here of making it look weathered and beaten. You know, pastels, again, a really nice way to detail and weather your model. No doubt this can be done with an airbrush, but I'm not that good with an airbrush. One thing I do like about using pastels is there's a lot of control here in the way that you're able to apply the different shades. So again, pretty nice representation of both ships here. I did want to quickly point out that the stand is different than what you used to get with the Polar 1/350. I'm sorry, excuse me, 1/1000 scale. Now it comes with this plastic piece here that has a single notch that goes into the secondary hull, and then it attaches to the secondary piece here in a sort of ball and socket configuration. And this allows you to tilt the ship in different angles, so it gives you some variety in the way you display the model kits. I would caution, however, that you probably not mess with it too much. I have a feeling that if you mess with it enough, the tightness would go away, and then it really won't position very well at all. So probably just something to think about here. Alright, thanks again for watching. As always, it's a pleasure to put these model kits together and certainly these videos together. My goal is to provide you with some insight on how I do things, and hopefully you'll find that useful when you build your own kit. If you have any questions about this particular build, you can always get in touch with me on my YouTube channel. And again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.